Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is doing well, especially in this very horrible and dangerous time in our country. On to the video. Today, what I'd like to talk about is something that the mainstream media will not cover. It's taking place here in Iowa, and it's actually quite disturbing. It's events that have taken place in 2018 as well. Now, what's going on is this. This morning, throughout different various parts of Iowa, everybody woke up to one of those little village papers, little things where you sometimes it has like ads or apartments for rent or ads, etc. So it's this very little tiny kind of papers. I hope you guys know kind of what I'm talking about. If you don't, look it up. Little village. Attached to that little village, little paper was white supremacist rhetoric. Now, I guess this is from a group that has been or was really active and was considered to actually be very dangerous back in the day until the leader ended up dying. I can't think of the name of the group specifically right now, but that doesn't really matter. They're a white supremacist group. They're considered very dangerous until the leader ended up passing away, and then they couldn't get organized thereof because they accused each other of theft and embezzlement, fraud, etc. So they ended up falling apart. And supposedly now they're not as dangerous, but they seem to be organized enough to attach their message to papers that are delivered to residents with messages like mm, not making white babies and send them back, stuff like that. The usual rhetoric with the white supremacist groups. I really don't believe that mainstream media is going to cover this. They're too busy making the protesters look like dangerous individuals. They're too busy making them all to be looters and destructive individuals. So they're not going to focus on the real dangerous events that are taking place in play right now, because these people are taking the opportunity, because everybody is distracted with the mayhem and the just the dangerous situation that's going on in the country. And the mainstream media is not multifaceted. They're not able to focus on actual journalism and do the due diligence and cover everything evenly. If they're not covering Trump, then they're covering the right. And that seems to be their major focus. And every station that I've turned is all about rights, rights, rights. And of course, they're all painting these riots as they want them to be. And you have people like De Blasio, for instance, saying about the police running into people. He was actually taking up for the police and saying that it was pretty much the people's fault. That the people were at fault and they should have known better. So you're trying to say that civilians who are not trained should know how to de-escalate a situation when they're out there protesting because of the police not knowing how to control themselves and committing heinous acts. But it's on the protesters. Okay, cool, got it. That makes a lot of sense. And then you have Cuomo with his nonsense rhetoric. He does nothing for that community. He does nothing for New York. He cut Medicaid during the pandemic. He sold all the real estate. But then, you have the media making him into this hero. And not to mention even the all the stuff that he says about COVID-19. He forced nursing homes to take in people during COVID-19. And if you look at the news, and if you were to believe the news, what is the places that are most affected by COVID-19? Isn't it senior homes? But is that being brought up in any of those mainstream media outlets? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So that's why I say that I'm not going to wait for the mainstream media to report on the stuff that's happening that is, affecting, terrifying communities. or the stuff that's happening on the side while they're just focused because they're just so one dimensional. They're unable to see what's going on. Also, if you're one of those people who are sitting there and saying that they need to stop and this and that, listen, what led to this was not just the killing of George Floyd. That was the thing that ignited everything. But this is a problem that has been ongoing with police brutality, with police violence against black people. And if you come at me with the other side and say, well, they're violent against white people too, well, then there you go. So they're violent towards black people, they're violent against white people, against Hispanics. If you believe that and that's your argument, fine. I'm not going to even argue with you. What I'm going to tell you then, what's the problem? What's the problem? If people have been asking for this stuff to be reformed over and over, and they continue to have to go through the destruction and the trauma of seeing another human being die right before their eyes on camera, and then you have the district attorney saying, I won't prosecute, and give some lame ass excuse as to why they can't prosecute, when you know damn well if it was me, you, or anybody else, that person would be prosecuted in a matter of seconds, and you would be in jail. If there is a video of me, you, or anybody else putting our knee on somebody's neck and killing them, they're not gonna wait till they form a grand jury. They're taking my ass to jail right then and there. And everybody else their ass will be in jail right that very second. There won't be all these excuses being made and, oh, we have to find a reason and all this stuff. It's a bunch of BS. People are tired of it, they're sick of it, and they're just fed up. And I don't know what people don't understand about this situation. Do you think anybody wants this unrest? Do you think anybody wants this stuff to be going on? Absolutely not. But it comes a point where people are just like, enough is fucking enough. We're not taking it anymore. We're not dealing with it. And if you don't change it, we're going to cause mayhem for you. Period. And even now, with everything that's happening because of police and their brutality against American citizens, what happens? Police continue to be brutal. They continue to do shit. There's just a lawsuit that's going to be coming out because of what happened during the protest of two people being pulled out, tased, and pepper sprayed for absolutely no reason out of their vehicle. So it seems like they don't get it. It seems like until they get it, this will not end. They need to get it through their head that police cannot just do whatever the hell they please. And the good police officers, when they see a bad police officer acting up and doing fucked up shit, need to step up and say, no, I won't go for that, and I'm not going to let you do it. Because I took an oath, and I'm going to go ahead and respect my oath, and I'm here to protect and serve. And if somebody has done something wrong, our job is to detain them, and if they're not endangering our lives, then there is no need to kill them. We take them to the jail, have them go before a judge, jury, whatever, bench trial, and then it gets decided what their fate will be. It's not up to us to deal with it, be judge, jury, and executioner. That's not how it works. That's not how the Constitution is written, and it should never work out that way. Anyways, yes, I just want to bring you guys that news of good old Iowa and the white supremacists coming to an awakening and taking this time that is used against police brutality to go ahead and promote their despicable and disgusting acts because they have nothing better to do. Please be careful. Pay attention to what's going on in your neighborhood. Do not be mesmerized by the mainstream media and all the BS that they're feeding you. Just be very careful. Be very careful of your surroundings. And I wish everybody the best. Please, if you like this commentary, subscribe, like, share. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.